Hair of the dog?
No. It was indeed some party last night, but I fear it might be over.
Meaning?
I've been making follow-up calls to book the money that was pledged at the raise. I'm having problems locking it in.
What fucking problems?
Problems reaching people. They're dodging. I'm feeling like somebody slipped us a Cosby.
Where the fuck is Taylor? They're here before me most of the time.
Not sure. Sent a text this morning, didn't hear back.
Huh. And no my feet today.
I figured it was the whiskey flu.
Fuck.
A new kind of organization, top down, but not imperious or impetuous, integrated, and you can make more than you do now with a partnership stake.
God damn it. When?
Now.
Taylor's making a move. They've played the Elmsley count on us.
So we wouldn't see their real cards. Fuck. Pretended to be one of us.
For just long enough to take our personnel and our capital. All of it.
Well, glad you could join us, Chuck.
Regrets, Chuck. Tiger's breath was just too hot when it was right in my face. I can't be sure my office isn't bugged. Meet me at yours. See you in Washington, General.
We'll break bread together soon, Mr. Deputy. That's a good man right there, my new deputy AG.
If you say he is.
That's right. Good means something when I say it. These people, they're good too. They're proving it. The young lady was kind enough to be of assistance. And especially these young men.
Oliver Dake reminded me of our true purpose, restoring justice to the Justice Department.
We reminded each other. Now, General, I know things didn't end particularly well between us.
Certainly from your point of view.
Nonetheless, I gained clarity as soon as I left New York. And then Mr. Connerty came to me, and we've discovered something of a putsch against you.
The fellas told me what you had in store for me. So I decided to let Cutler sit there, by his lonesome, naked and afraid. Of course, by now he's free, back upstate with his loved ones, because there is no case. There never was. My brother's down in Texas, unmolested as he should be, tending to his flock. What I know now, Senor, is that character cannot be taught or learned. It is innate. Some people have it. These boys do. Miss Sacker. You clearly do not. Now, I'm sure you are aware, but I will say it for posterity. This is not obstruction of justice, because that bullshit case was brought by Mr. Epstein, not by you. You had nothing, and now you are nothing. As of this moment, you are a trespasser in these hallowed halls of the law. You, Charles Rhoades Jr., are relieved of duty. On power of the president, you are fired.
Maybe I should take an Uber back to the city.
Yeah. You do that. But first, you might want to check your messages.
Wait, you released a fucking interview bashing my approach? You got Birch and Malvern and all those other guys to agree?
I didn't get them to. They just happened to.
Holy shit. I've had a flood of redemptions, and yesterday no one wanted out.
Right when no one could reach you? Ouch. Let me guess. Today, you are down about 70-80% on assets under management. I bet some of your investors thought they were happy. Some of them probably needed a real shove.
Problems. Yeah, I suppose I would call them problems. Operational ones, back office ones, strategic ones. Enough for Axe to pull all of his capital.
It killed him to pull that money.
You read the interview, and believe me, he backed this kid from the start.
Others, I'm betting, bolted at the first sight of greener land.
I'm authorized to cut our fees. We'll do a 9% hurdle rate for the first year, which means you don't pay a cent until we clear 10% returns if you come over to Axe Cap. It's a fucking free roll, but it has to be now.
And your reputation may not be entirely intact.
Yeah, Sag Harbor PD is going light, but we've seen the photos of him running red lights to Shinnecock with powder on his upper lip.
His wife's going for blood in the divorce. At least half. You want a fund manager occupied with that shit?
Here's your script.
I'm bleeding out. You ruined my business. My name.
I told you. Never give back the money, kid. You said you wanted to stay small. Small enough for you now.
Kate.
Brian, I had them hold you in here as a courtesy, but what the fuck? You kept asking if you would understand everything if you listened to the tape. I told you. Unfortunately, the answer was yes. It was my hope you never found out what came next.
Whatever bullshit they were running on that recording, tell me you recovered stuff from the safes that will prove this thing for what it is.
Oh, I got proof from the safes, Brian. But not the kind you were looking for. Well, this isn't a contract laying out your participation in some real estate scam.
No, but it is my participation in a New York State sting operation targeting certain corrupt members of the Department of Justice. An overzealous prosecutor, especially a U.S. attorney, is a very dangerous thing.
And Rhoades Sr.?
Don't ruin my box.
It's not what you wanted, but it is what was there.
Son of a bitch.
You are a real troublemaker, Rhoades.
Runs in my blood.
Runs in your kind. You take that to mean ethnic fine, or New Yorkers, or guys with hair all over their faces.
It's just like you. Focused on a man's beard with so much intensity you miss his foot coming up to kick you in the gonads.
Good luck there, Park.
Ah, don't need luck. Oh. You know, the last time we were in here in what was my office, it didn't turn out well for me. I told myself I wouldn't step foot back in this place until it was you who'd be sent packing. And that is today. That is right now. How those low hangers feeling?
Heavy, full, and ready to shoot. You think just because I had an overzealous underling that I'm gonna take a fall? I am not. Connerty acted on his own, of his own volition. He screwed up. So now he's screwed, not me.
You came to me on biblical grounds a short time ago. And when you left, it occurred to me that faith can be a beautiful thing, except when it's misplaced.
I'm not legally allowed to listen to...
If I order it, it's fucking legal. Now you get your hands on that fucking tape.
So the ballsack has to feel at least a twinge by now.
How the fuck?
I had an instinct that at least some of what Connerty did would be at your direction.
We are running down some promising leads. This could be the call. Yeah, Connerty. No, I'll be right there. Good work.
Good luck finishing off the Rhoadeses.
You really did it. Got me right in the onions.
Chuck, another midday drop-by. I'd say you were wasting my taxes if I didn't have such giant fucking deductions.
The fuck is this bacchanalia?
Just a little day drinking.
I'm afraid these paintings no longer belong to Mr. Axelrod.
They're hanging in his apartment.
Actually, this is no longer a private residence at all.
Your family foundation, you didn't.
These works, every impeccable inch of them, are now the proud possession of the Axelrod Charitable Foundation, which maintains and runs this museum. It's a real feather in our cap.
A private art museum for replicas, huh?
Of course not. These are as real as I am standing here.
And they got here how exactly? We've been watching day and night.
Well, I guess not every angle.
Whoops. Don't make them like they used to. Hey, fuck you! Come and get this! Let's go! Come on, keep moving.
Careful! Why? They're empty anyways. You can check the security footage from the neighboring roofs.
Tough to move paintings this big, had to innovate. Might be facing an FAA fine, but oh well.
I should have done the whole museum thing many years ago. Share the majesty instead of hoarding it for myself. And I want to thank you, Chuck, for the impetus and opportunity.
I need to take a closer goddamn look.
Sure, but it will have to wait. Museum hours are over for the month.
Wonderful collection.
Yeah. Thank you.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Even when you know it's coming, that last moment of freedom, it's hard to leave it behind. Pull them out of there!
We got nothing. Where's he at?
Came to the meet because you texted. Because I wanted to look into your eyes. Not make any kind of deal.
My guy wants to talk to your guy.
Hasn't he done enough? Why should he?
If you can't see it, then you really gotta make the meet happen. Because Axe has laser vision, and he will see exactly what the win is.
Believe I know who our leak is.
I'm sure it's a great stock, and I'd go all in on it if I worked at fucking JT Marlin. But I have to produce results. Look,
Hold it for me, please.
I'm sorry, lady, that's not how it works. You got your key? You gotta have a key.
Just wanted to take my baby to the park, pendejo.
Hey.
I think I need to arrest someone for being an asshole. Can we do that?
Well, I used to try more than I do now, but yeah, sure.
Guy right there, Lululemon Brothers, just close the gate on a woman pushing a stroller because she didn't have a key.
Well, that beautiful Verdant Park doubles as an asshole magnet.
Whole block is. Only reason I'm waiting here is because the Bates Club just booted me out.
Didn't you give the name?
Yeah, right before they showed me the service entrance. I feel like I'm in They Live and I'm about to go Rowdy Roddy Piper on someone's ass.
Fucking now! Like the wolf says, money's the oxygen.
You know, we can't actually arrest folks for being schmucks, but we can stop structural schmuckiness. We have a mandate to do so. And that park is the perfect target because it's symbolic of so much more.
Of all the different kinds of entry denied to people who aren't at the top.
That's right. Back in the late 60s, you know, a couple of teenagers crashed their motorcycles into the gates, took a few turns around the old green, tore it up quite a bit before taking off. And you may think that there was an outcry.
No?
No, indeed. It's on the heels of Woodstock. Everybody just thought they were doing it for peace and love.
Different times.
Maybe so. But that gate, I'm thinking it can be turned into our key.
To what?
Unlock the city. Stuart Leger.
So, I looked into what you asked.
I see we're past the formalities.
You've got me under your thumb. Doesn't buy you any smiles. You want to know where Prince is at and what he's going to do? Well, he's wounded. Badly. And I know more. We can discuss it inside. I have the best table waiting.
No, let's go somewhere open to more than the landed gentry. Shall we?
Chuck.
Senator.
Why didn't you return my calls? I reached out right after I heard from Michael Prince.
Wait, you called about Prince?
Does it matter?
No, of course not. I bet he was trying to turn you against me. But surely I can rely on you, Clay, right?
Under better circumstances.
What the hell was that?
I'd say it's the moment we learned our indignation was used against us.
We should have seen this coming. Speeding right in our direction.
Oh, shit, Chuck. Who suggested the Bates Club as the meeting spot?
That'd be Leger, said he was a member.
Even though he's from out of town, and it's right across the street from Vanderbilt Park, that manipulative motherfucker.
Chuck, Ira, and Ms. Mahar. I've already seen how warranted your rep is.
Classy play at the Bates Club. You here to run another bullshit game on us?
It's a chance to see Maximus at the Coliseum. How could I miss it?
You did pretty well, if memory serves. This may not turn out the way you hope. Instead, it's likely you've wasted much time, money, and resources orchestrating this.
Did I? No. There's a price to every battle. A gladiator's willingness to pay is what defines him.
We thank you for your service.
Your effective performance.
With heartstrings well pulled.
I think we're good paying you by check.
For you, a lovely window seat back to Indianapolis. Prince Capital thanks you for your assistance.
You're actually here and sending your favorite person to jail.
Yeah, I don't think so. You know Derek? You know of him anyway, don't you? He's my +1. You know, he got here so last minute he hasn't had a chance to catch up with Andy. yet.
You think I'm sorry an American has been released from captivity? Family friend I sent Tiger Team to rescue? I'm glad you're back on American soil, Derek. How'd you do it?
Straight up swap. Plane went for refueling in Macau. See? They have extradition with China.
Your country welcomes you back, young man. We'll be making a quick pit stop in the Big Apple on the way back to Colorado, but you'll be home in a jiffy.
You traded Kai Huang Liu for him.
Well, seems he sold some of those bogus NFTs to the Chinese as well. They were real happy to barter for him.
And you had Chuck come tell me he was out, so if I heard anything, I wouldn't get suspicious. Doesn't stop me from pulling the lever on Wendy.
Oh, I think we both know that it does.
Few weeks in a Chinese prison camp. Been running my nights with Andy through my mind. What I just whispered to you, that's just a taste of what I'll be happy to say to Anderson, Christian, Rachel, all of them. Everything. From the freckle on her glute to the way she exhales when she's really excited.
You can all do me the courtesy of getting the fuck out of my office before...
Another rough and tumble day on Wall Street, I see.
Governor, much to talk about here, but I have something I have to deal with first.
Not so much, I'm afraid. Hi, Axe. I want to thank you for your counsel.
Oh, shit.
So, aside from the best deal in the city, what can you really offer me?
A revived candidacy and an open road to the nomination.
Truth is, whatever he proposes, I could never be his VP. Because I never want him to be president. Not after what he said about nukes.
The way he never gets there is by you joining his ticket now. When he topples, you'll move up. You won't have to wait very long, but you gotta do it just as I say. See, we need to get him off the grid.
Mike, I'm here to let you know I'm out, as in off your ticket, but very much still in the race. I am reaffirming my own candidacy shortly, and I'll be taking back my supporters, my campaign apparatus.
You're making a rash decision here. Bradford, don't walk out on me. I'm still a viable candidate. The nation is ready to follow me. You saw me with the president. I'm ready for this. It's my time.
I don't think so, Mike. It's never happened that the whole premise for a candidacy has been erased. But today, it happened. You were the self-made, rich candidate, and now you're not. There's no coming back from this. Not in this election cycle, anyway.
I get it. The consultant jumps off the sinking ship like a rat.
Can't catch any air once you're underwater.
If you find yourself at loose ends, Bradford, Wendy Rhoades did tip me to your skills. And I have a spot for you.
Were you with them?
Nope.
Nope. This is midnight at the costume ball. All masks off. I know it was you. You played me with that loyalty act. And you, Kate, you ratted them out to me so that I'd trust you and Philip, and to ferret out the extent of the surveillance.
You're too smart, Mike. We knew you'd catch him sooner or later. I suggested sooner.
Disbarment be damned.
I turned them into you. If you recall, I recommended you fired a lot of them. What am I guilty of? Talking to them once you decided not to?
How did they convince you? It couldn't have been money.
Once they got me to see past my personal interests, my own political future, it was clear.
How much did we leave on the table?
Besides hearts and guts?
How much?
Projections are by the time the company is mature,
1.4 billion.
You made sure we lost a big piece of business, so the authority for the huge trades would go to Wags and then to Philip, the one person I could trust.
Because he's mine.
We lost that helium trade because we were unable to do a deal at that scale without your sign-off. What you took from that, all the subsequent decisions, those were yours and yours alone.
I hate to interrupt, but one of my favorite TV shows is on.
And I heard the rumors, too, about corruption and collusion by the top American natural gas companies with some hostile nations, and there were leaks from various branches of law enforcement. But after a penetrating investigation by the Southern District of New York, these vicious rumors are just that, rumors. While actors from adversarial foreign governments did approach these companies in an attempt to convince them to hold back supply and inflate prices, these entreaties were rebuffed forcefully. And so we are closing this investigation. These companies and this sector are healthy, robust even. Any short-term collateral damage that was done is unfortunate, but that is the nature of the free market.
Those positions are all going to rebound. But you sold them off.
The algo directed they be sold off.
My God. Comanche Gas, HOD. Western Plains, HOD. Marcellus Shale, HOD. All going out at the high of the day. And we're completely sold?
As U.S. Attorney Rhoades mentioned, there had been some rumors about collusion. We did our investigation, and we were very quickly able to gain cooperation from the companies in question, as they had nothing to hide. We are going to get to the source of these leaks and rumors, I promise you that. That is priority one. I can take specific questions, as I'm sure there are many.